Thank you everyone for joining in for Sustainable House Day 2020 and welcome to a virtual tour of Wision House, a passive solar strawbale house in Western Australia completed in 2011, designed and built by owner-builder architects Deepthi and Christian Vaitian. This oddly shaped site at the highest point of Scarborough Beach Road in Doubleview is a laneway access 350 square metre triangulated back block which was affordable for this suburb due to its many constraints. We saw a great opportunity here due to its uninterrupted north orientation to a reserve, its semi-urban location along a major road, and its direct access to public transport, to the beach and to the city.
Welcome to our house. I'm Christian.
And I'm Deepthi.
The house is designed to be a multi-generational home that can adapt to our changing needs over time. It has a separated two-bedroom space downstairs, which is currently sublet as a shared home. We live upstairs with our 2 kids and share the communal garden and the laundry with the downstairs sharemates. In the past 10 years, the house has adapted with us, accommodating long-term and short-term sharemates and also our families from overseas who are able to stay comfortably for months at a time. As you can see here, we were dealing with a triangulated block with different setbacks resulting in the particular angles of the house. The strawbale walls, which are the thicker walls you can see here, flank most of the exterior with our toilet block on one side made out of aerated concrete and clad in a sort of jigsaw of bright red and grey waste metal cladding offcuts. The living areas on the north have large bifold and sliding glazing that trap the low winter sun in the house. The bedrooms are to the south, with small windows on the southwest side that catch those summer sea breezes from the ocean. Grey water from our basins and showers is recycled into our gardens, and all our rainwater is collected into 3 tanks which we use for toilet flushing, irrigation and even drinking. We also have a solar tube hot water system which is supported by an electric booster on those rare dark Perth days, and we have 2.3 kilowatt grid connected solar PV on the roof that generates more power than the 7 occupants of the house consume. The ground floor slab is a coloured concrete slab which is insulated underneath and provides a thermal mass collecting the low winter sun rays. The strawbale walls are rendered internally with 3 layers of lime sand render and externally with an adobe render followed by 2 layers of a lime sand render. The passive design together with the insulation and the breathability of this wall system allows the house to maintain a very even temperature, keeping our energy bills in credit since we moved in 9 years ago. On the upper level, we have 2 more bedrooms and 2 bathrooms with a mezzanine that acts as our study, living area or guest room. The planning is almost identical to the lower level with a stair leading to our mezzanine space. The upper level, as you can see, has got a lot more light coming through. It's a lot more breezy. We've got this upper half floor mezzanine here. We've got the 2 bedrooms on the lower level here. In between the bedrooms, we've actually got a dismantleable wall that I can show you when we go back inside. Upstairs, we have a sort of a mezzanine which works as a study and a bit of a living space there. What you can see here are some really long shadows which sort of show you how the passive solar works in the house. We've got the north-facing windows on this side which are double glazed, and usually in summer we have a shade sail outside, and at the moment in winter we take the shade sail out and then the light sort of floods in, and because the house is fully insulated there, the heat stays inside for a lot longer, and as a result we don't have any heating or cooling in this house. And in summer, of course, we block that the high angle sun that comes in, and we're able to get some really great sea breezes at night, which basically flush the hot air out of the house. And so in summer we maintain the temperature inside, sort of worst case scenario, it goes up to about 27-29 degrees when it's a 40-degree day outside. But otherwise the house inside maintains very even temperature without the need for heating and cooling. Here we have one of the bedrooms, which is where I wanted to show you the wall between the bedrooms. What we've done is our internal walls, we've kept them quite flexible. Over the years, we've actually found that the house sort of evolves and changes with us. So when we had, when the kids were really tiny and they were in their cots, we actually had them in our room, which is just on the other side of this wall. And we had this intermediate wall, sort of a meter in this direction. So we had one smaller room and one larger room. And what we've done a few years ago when the kids got their bunk bed was actually build that wall a bit closer to that side, and it literally is a timber frame with some acoustic insulation inside it and an MDF on both sides. And what that does is it allows us to dismantle the entire wall. It's got exposed screws and everything. It's not attached to the floor, the walls, or the ceiling. It's literally attached to the back of the cupboard. So it's probably a day or two exercise to move that wall along. And considering this is our third iteration of this, I think the flexibility of that has been really good for us. So here we are in our mezzanine space. It really is a result of the odd shapes of the block and the fact that we want to maximize our height limitation on the block, that we ended up with this amazing space on our top level, which is just directly under the roof. Our roof is at a 45-degree angle, which allows us then to use this space. It's at the moment it is a mix between a study, a living space, and it's also a guest room, because that bed then converts into that sofa converts into a bed, and then we have these curtains that come all the way along, and it creates a little private guest bedroom upstairs. And as you can see here, this is the underside of the roof, which is a composite insulated panel roof, really high insulation value. Over here, we got a bonus views of the city in that direction, and of course the views of the ocean in that direction. So I thought I'd show you a little bit about our windows, which are probably our favorite part of the house. There's something that when we designed the house, we really wanted to make sure that we had really good windows. Of course, they had to be double glazed as well for the passive solar to work, and of course the strawbale walls being so highly insulated, we wanted to make sure that our entire envelope, so including the roof, which is a composite panel roof, which is about 250 mil thick, to the slab, which is actually insulated underneath, and all the way down to the windows, that we actually maintained a very regular sort of insulated layer around the whole house. And really what we were doing is trying to sort of wrap ourselves up in a sort of a cocoon almost. These are timber double glazed windows. They're actually from Germany. At the time it was really cost prohibitive to get timber double glazing from here, so we actually got these from Germany. They're a double glazed section that actually opens fully like this, but to help with cross ventilation at night, we are actually able to open it like this as well, which is a fairly standard European tilt and turn window. It's got a sort of a panel blind here, that being a particular one being a west facing window. We've obviously blocked the light coming in a little bit from there, and then in a bit more detail, you can see here the cross section through that window, and how there's a thermal break and a double seal happening, which all adds to the fact that this doesn't condensate, and it forms a really great seal. So we've left a little bit of our a little hole in our wall, so you can have a look at the makeup of our wall. All of the external walls are actually strawbale. It's very densely packed straw, which actually gives us the insulation for the whole house. Internally, we have about 3 layers of a lime sand render, which is a breathable type of render used traditionally. What started as a real experiment and a lot of hard work has paid off over the years, showing us that a few simple moves in design could actually give us a great lifestyle and comfort. The house allows us to have a small mortgage, no bills, income from rent for the spaces that we don't always use. It even allowed us to afford to work fewer hours, to have more time with our family, and not to mention long guilt-free showers. Over the years, this communal house has been shared with many friends and family, and we are thrilled to share our journey with you.
Thank you for tuning in for Sustainable House Day.